Hello, and welcome to Parker's Pitstop, brought to you by SimNews.TV. My name is Tom Parker, and in each episode, I will be interviewing a member of the sim racing community on a variety of subjects to do with themselves and their sim racing careers, however long or short. It'll be every couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to doing this episode, so hopefully you will enjoy listening to them, and yeah, can't wait to start. So, first episode today, my guest today is a two-time GPVWC Super League Constructors Champion, and also in 2016, last year, he won his first ever Super League race whilst helping Nordgen win the Constructors title for a lot of times. It's Florian Geier. Say hello.
Hello, guys.
So, Florian, obviously, how does it feel to be Constructors Champion again? I mean, this time it's a bit different. You were a reserve driver for CSG back in 2014, but this year, 2016, sorry, you were a main driver. How does it feel to run it as a main driver this time?
Yeah, hello, first of all. Yeah, surely, as a main driver, it feels awesome. It's quite a bit different compared to the CSG one in 2014, as you mentioned. Yeah, back then, the reserve driver, obviously, helping the team gaining R&D points. And yeah, we didn't really expect it, back then, but, it worked out. And yeah, it was my first taste of, championship glory, so to say, in this league. Yeah, and then last year, it was like, a dream come true, so to say. I mean, it's not the driver's title everybody wants, but a team's title, in my view, is on the same level. It's one of the highest regarded leagues in sim racing, and winning a title there, the highest league. I think it can't get much better than that.
Okay, lovely. So, obviously, you've won it twice, like I said, with CSG and with Nordgen. What would you say? Would you say there are any differences between how things are run over at CSG and Nordgen? Obviously, CSG, I myself was there as a reserve driver for Midnight, helping out with the collaboration, of course, and we worked very closely back then. Would you say Nordgen's a little bit more relaxed, or would you say it's a bit more intense? What would you say is the main differences or similarities?
Oh, good question. Well, when I got into CSG back then with Dave, he obviously brought me in and introduced me to everyone there. So yeah, it was pretty much him that got me there and to know everyone. It was a pretty good atmosphere back then in the group, I must say. I mean, it was all fun. I mean, we very focused on the job at hand, but at the same time, we always had a laugh here and there, and also on TeamSpeak or so. Even if back then I wasn't really known that much, only by Dave. Yeah, as you said, we two work together as well. Pretty good, I think. And at Nordgen, it's not much difference, to be honest. It's not a big difference. I mean, Will and Dave, we work great together. DJ as well as test driver. You know, Dave and myself, we know each other so long, and we feel it's also a great relationship starting to grow with every day. I think we consider each other good friends, even if we haven't seen us face to face yet. It's not really, as I said, not much of a difference between the two groups. From what I noticed. I mean, I have to say I've been lucky enough to work with two of the best in the business, both very professional when it comes to the racing and everything that involves it, but also, as I said, lots of fun. So there's not a big difference. It's both great teams, I have to say. And as I said, I've been lucky to drive for both of them. So can't really complain.
Yeah, like you said, it's been like I said, it's been very lucky to drive for two of the best teams. I know myself, I've driven for CSG as myself. Midnight joining football this year as a reserve driver. It's nice to get different views of what different teams do, really. That's what I found in my experience in the league. I've been here quite a few years. So, like I said, it is very interesting, but like I say, all got towards the same end goal of the title. I know last year, at the start of the year, you struggled a bit. You struggled a bit with the mod. I know we moved to R-Factor 2. You yourself got a new wheel, so obviously you'd never raced on a wheel before. So that was I know you found things tricky. I know a lot of people did, but you in particular found some things a bit tricky. In the second half of the season, though, you really improved. You got a few podiums. You even won your first race. What do you attribute that improvement to the most? I mean, is it just getting used to the wheel? Was it time? Was it teamwork over the summer break? What would you say was the biggest attribute to your improvement?
Another good question. Well, before I started on a wheel last year, I was on a pad, Logitech one. So that's quite a big jump for me. I've been racing this for like 6 years. So jumping to a wheel was the step I had to do in order to stay competitive, especially in a league like this. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Was there much practice over the summer break? I know that obviously by that point the cars had sort of started to peter out. The development, was it? Because I know I've heard rumours that there were a lot of teamwork, a lot of work was done over the summer by Nordstrom. Is that another thing that helped?
Yeah. No, I get back. Of course, to start the season. I mean, Dave helped me as much as he could, but in the end, it was me that had to get used to everything. It took me quite a while. I mean, I have to say I was as good as prepared as I could be for every race. It's all experience, I have to say. With time, I gained. It's all those little bits that came together. But yeah, it was also a factor that we didn't know the game that good. So it was another thing we had to learn, or I had. But yeah, during the time we improved bit by bit, and then over the summer, we really set ourselves the goal that we try everything we can to close the gap we had. I mean, it was hilarious at some races like Hungary before the summer break. I think we had one lap pace, but over a long run, people, I mean, they did 2 stops and we had done 4 or 5 stops at Hungary. It was hilarious. So we knew there was some work to be done over the summer break. And, I think without, sounding arrogant, from Spa onwards, me or Dave, either one of us was the fastest car on track in every race. In some races, like Suzuka or so, we had a bit of bad luck, with weather or something like that, but I'm still confident to say that we were the fastest cars. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, confidence is half of the battle, really. If you're not confident with the car, not confident with the team, you don't really get the results. And I know that myself from experience. I know a lot of people will as well. No matter where you are on the grid, if you're confident, you will do better, and you will like have that motivation to think, oh, I can do this. Why nothing to stop me? I know last year, for example, I started at midnight, but I went down to GSR, and my aim was just to get top 10. But I had the confidence to know I can get the top 10 in this car, and the results were there. So obviously for you guys at Nordstrom, having that confidence after the summer break would have helped you win that title. So I mean, fair play. I mean, not many teams can do it, and you've done it. So well done to you. But this year, you are staying at Nordstrom again. I heard it wasn't the most straightforward of decisions for this year. Can you elaborate on that in any way?
Well, as you probably know yourself, it's not always if you want to drive, but can you drive? Do you have the time? Do you have the commitment to put in the work all year? Fully focus on this. I mean, it's not just, at least for myself, get in the car 2 hours ahead of the race and put something together and then go with that. I usually at least try to do a little bit every day, even if it's just 30 minutes. Or if I'm not driving, maybe do some research or do anything like that. So yeah, it takes a bit. It's a bit thoughts that have gone into this. After the season was over, I mean, we won the title, and obviously there was the question: do I want more, or am I satisfied with this? And yeah, I think there's one step left for me, and it's obviously the driver's title. But also the repeat in the constructors would be great, which is the aim for us. So it's not really anything like, do I want to continue in this league? I mean, it's a great league. I can't imagine driving anywhere else, like some other people that, you know, it's not my thing. I want to stay and have some stability. And I think I'm at the best place to achieve that.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, very good. I mean, like I said, time is always an issue, which is why a lot of people, like you say, have left, and some people have left because of the issues surrounding the league. I know there was a lot of controversy at the end of last season regarding your title. I mean, that was probably the main talking point, not just in GPWC. I think in probably the sim racing community at that point, like you say, was quite divided on the opinion of Adonis and Super League, and what happened to Eros and what happened to Norton, how Norton got the title in the end. Obviously, if people didn't know, it was subject to a protest. Eros lost his win. As a result, David Feidock, Florian's teammate, and Norton won the titles in the end. How much did you have in terms of inputs in protests and stuff? Because obviously Nords will, obviously you're happy to win the title, but are you satisfied with how you've won the title? Was there, how do you word this? Was there any elements of foul play? Do you think Eros is totally innocent? What was your thought on the whole situation?
Well, to be honest, I didn't want to say a lot about this because it's in the past now and it's over. But obviously, it's a pretty hot topic, or was a pretty hot topic during the time. Yeah, I've got to say, you know, we don't get any advantages like some assume we do because of how it is with an admin being a team boss, but that's totally not the case. We get treated just like anybody else, and we follow the rules like everybody else. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. I mean, that's pretty hard. I mean, of course, I can understand the other parties on that subject, but you know, it's how it is. I mean, I can understand if they're frustrated or disappointed in the results, but the rules are there for everyone, and if nobody follows them, yeah, it's gonna be nobody's gonna follow the rules anymore. You know, they're gonna go berserk and do what they want, and in the end, it would be a total downfall of the league as we know it. So, yeah, it's pretty all I can say on that. Of course, I feel a bit sorry, but you know, we work just as hard as everybody else for this title. So one has to win and one has to lose. It just is like that, as hard as it sounds.
Right, lovely stuff. So, so as you said, alluded to earlier, you said that the field's looking pretty strong this year. I mean, we've already seen Vodball announced, we've seen Norgen announced, and Adonis. Top three, I would say, three of the top teams in the league announced already, obviously, with yourself and David Feidock at Norgen, continuing on, Rudy Van Buren and Risto Capit, alongside myself as a test driver, at Vodball, and Fran Lopez and Lauren, I can't remember his surname, newcomer to the league for Adonis. Who are you seeing so far as your biggest threats to your title? I mean, obviously you're aiming for it again, I would assume, and yourself, as you said earlier, you're aiming for the driver's title. Is there a single driver or team that you think will be the biggest threat, or do you think it's going to be just a whole round threat from everyone in the league?
Yeah, that's another good question. You know, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I got lucky that my teammate is the man at the moment, so I know what to aim for. Do I fear anyone in this league, or what do I see as my main rival? I would say myself. You know, the sky's the limit. You always gotta believe in yourself. So, I believe I can do this. I mean, I think without sounding too much of a big head, I think I showed that I can win races, get pole positions. Just need to start Melbourne like this and not take half a year for it. So yeah, apart from that, of course, Watford got a pretty decent lineup with Rudy and Risto and yourself as test driver. Adonis also, I'm sure, will be up there again, trying to get the crown. And apart from that, we don't really know the other drivers at the moment. So, but I have to say, I'm not really too fussed about any other teams. We concentrate on ourselves. And yeah, as I said, if there's anyone I fear or who's my main rival, I think it's Dave. But other than that, I just try to focus on myself.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, like I said, obviously you're aiming for the driver's title this year. And I think it's a lot different back in the days from when we were teammates in Supercup for Simcraft back in 2014. Obviously, for people who don't know, me and Florian were teammates back in 2014 in the second tier of GPWC, the Supercup. And we came close to winning the title. We lost out just by a few points. But I had a blast personally, but obviously those days are all about improving yourself as a driver, coming up through the career ladder, and just getting better. Is there any point from your previous seasons at GPWC, or even so in your sim racing career, that you think have stood out the most in helping you become the driver you are today? Or do you think it's just a culmination of all those things coming together?
Yeah, it's a point. I mean, I raced in another league for GPWC with Dave or Alex Cooper before, and we always battled each other year in, year out. And it was a great experience back then. I mean, what you mentioned, we were teammates in 2014. I started the year with Alex originally as my teammate, so I did beat him in previous seasons in the other league 2 times for a title, which back then were obviously my first sim racing titles and meant a lot. That still mean a lot to me today. I mean, it was great fun back then, but I think those were really the 2 titles that mean the most to me. And after that, I mean, in Super Cup, or when I joined Formula Challenge the year before, some rounds, I think it was in France, it was all getting used to the league, and I pretty was nobody. So I worked my way up through the ladder as it was intended, and I think it was good the way I took. If I would have gone straight into Super League, I think there's some aliens out there who get it done, but I think it was the best way for me, the way I choose, or the way I was allowed to go back then with Simcraft. And together, I think we had lots of fun over the year, and also we both improved. I think we had great races at some events like Suzuka or Abu Dhabi. It was all good fun.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think a lot of this time, at the end of the day, sim racing is all about fun, having fun. Obviously, there is a serious element to it, but obviously we're all here for the fun. I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much, Florian, for joining us. First guest of the Parker's Pit Stop. I'm sure you're absolutely thrilled to be like that. But anything else to say before the season starts?
I hope I wasn't too boring. No, apart from that, I'm looking forward to all racing in the league, not just Super League. And other than that, I wish everybody a happy new year and some good fun this year.
Excellent stuff. So thank you, Florian, for joining us today on Parker's Pit Stop. The next episode will be out in a couple of weeks with a guest to be announced on the SimNews.TV page in the coming days. I have been Tom Parker, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.